Hi students, today I am going to discuss about your paper 2, that is thermodynamics. Okay, in that first unit will be kinetic theory of gases. Kinetic theory of gases. Okay, so here we are going to discuss about our transport phenomenon. Transport phenomenon. Here we are going to discuss about transport phenomenon. Okay. So if a gas is in equilibrium state, we can apply the kinetic theory of gases. If suppose it is not in equilibrium state, there arises three cases. Okay. Number one, viscosity. Viscosity. Number two, thermal conductivity. Thermal conductivity. And third one is diffusion. Okay, so let us discuss about these three one by one. Okay, so combination of all these three will call it as a transport phenomenon. Okay, first we are going to see what is viscosity. Viscosity means a gas consists of different parts having different velocity components. To get equilibrium position, to get equilibrium state, there is a transport of momentum. Okay, so momentum will get transport in case of viscosity. Means different layers, it consists of different layers. So each layer will be moving with respect to the other layer. So faster moving transport momentum to the slower moving. So there is a transport of momentum in case of viscosity. Okay, coming to the thermal conductivity. So there is a, if suppose gas we take, it consists of different temperature. Different parts consist of different temperatures. Okay. So to get equilibrium state, it transport the energy from one state, means a higher region to the lower region. Means there is a transport of energy. Okay, so energy will get transport in case of thermal conductivity to get equilibrium state. In case of diffusion, there is a transport of density. Means different parts of gas consist of different densities or masses, we can say. Okay, density or mass. Okay, so there is a transport of density. So transport of density from higher region to the lower region. There is a transport of density. So in case of viscosity, transport of momentum to get equilibrium state. In case of thermal conductivity, there is a transport of energy to get in equilibrium state. And diffusion from higher density region to the lower density region, there is a transport of density to get equilibrium state. Okay. So all these three will combinedly call it as a transport phenomenon. Okay. So this is called transport phenomenon. So let us discuss first viscosity, the coefficient of viscosity. Coefficient of viscosity. Okay. So we are going to find out the coefficient of viscosity, that is nothing but eta. So let us consider one layer, that is some x-axis, 0, x. Okay. Let us consider a gas. Okay. On this axis, that is horizontal surface, 0, x, in contact with the horizontal surface, the velocity here will be 0. And y-axis, okay, x-axis, y-axis, as we moving from here to top y, the velocity will be increasing. Okay, so the velocity in contact with OX axis, that is horizontal surface, will be 0. Now let us consider one layer. Okay, AB layer. This is a given name AB. Here the velocity will be u. Okay, and we are considering one more layer above and one layer below the AB layer. So one layer here, that is given as CD name, and other layer will be EF. Okay, so we consider one layer AB. Here the velocity will be u, and one more layer above this AB layer, that is CD layer, and one more other layer, that is EF layer, below this AB layer. Okay, here the velocity will be, there is a difference in these two velocities. So here the velocity will be u, and the above layer will be u plus lambda du by dy. Okay, and below the layer, that is u minus lambda du by dy. Okay, what is lambda here? Lambda is nothing but the distance between two layers. Okay, so the distance between the two layers will be lambda. So lambda we call it as a mean free path. Okay, so mean free path. Lambda is nothing but mean free path. So here the velocity u plus lambda du by dy, and u minus lambda below the layer we can take it as a u minus lambda du by dy, where u is the velocity, lambda is a mean free path, and du by dy. See here, when we are going from here to here, the velocity will be increasing at a rate of du by dy. Okay, so this is our velocity gradient. It is increasing at a rate of du by dy. So the velocity on layer OX is 0, the velocity AB layer is u, and the velocity at CD layer is u plus lambda du by dy. The velocity at EF layer will be u minus lambda du by dy. Okay, now here some force is acting from the upward and the downward on a layer AB. This sets up some tangential force. So due to that tangential force, it opposes the motion of a gas. Okay, so and due to these layers only, it is moving forward and coming backward. Okay, so that is a nothing but tangential force. So tangential force which is opposes the motion of a gas. That force will call it as a viscous force. Okay, so viscous force. And the phenomenon we call it as a viscosity. Okay, some tangential force acts on layer AB which opposes the motion of a gas. That force will call it as a viscous force, and that phenomenon will call it as a viscosity. Okay, now the viscosity definition is, okay, let us define the viscosity. Viscosity of a fluid is nothing but viscous force per unit area per unit gradient. Okay, that is nothing but eta is equal to F by du by dy. What is eta? Eta is nothing but viscosity, coefficient of viscosity. Coefficient of viscosity is nothing but viscous force per unit area per unit gradient. Okay, that is nothing but eta equal to F by du by dy. Let us calculate that force. Okay, first we are going to calculate the force and substitute, we will get the eta value. Okay, let us consider n be the number of molecules and c be the average velocity and lambda be the mean free path. Okay, and du by dy will be the velocity gradient. Okay, now here we have three axes, x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. It is moving, 1/3 molecules are moving upward and downward. So 3 axes 3 times. So that is nothing but n number of molecules by 6. Okay, it is having the average velocity will be c bar. So n c bar by c molecules moving upward and downward along the 3 axes, x-axis and y-axis and z-axis respectively. Now m is a mass of a molecule. Let us consider small m be the mass of a molecule. So total number of molecules crossing this AB from upward and also downwards, that is mnc bar by 6. What is mnc bar by 6? M is a mass of a molecule, n is a number of molecules, c with the average velocity. Okay, so along the 3 axes it will be mnc bar by 6. Okay, crossing this layer upward and downwards. Whenever it reaches this AB, that is the first collision. Okay, whenever the number of molecules reaches this layer, that will be the first collision. Okay, now here what is the velocity here? CD. So CD, the velocity will be u plus lambda du by dy. Okay, and the velocity near EF layer will be u minus lambda du by dy. Okay, so these are the velocities which are crossing per unit volume of a gas per second, this layer, AB layer. Okay. Now, what is the momentum? Here we are going to calculate the momentum. So, first one is P1. P1 is nothing but which is coming from CD layer crossing this AB downwards. So, that is M1 into velocity. Okay. So, velocity at CD layer will be U plus lambda du by dy and mass will be mn c bar by 6. So, I am substituting that mn c bar by 6 into velocity will be U plus lambda du by dy. Okay. So, that is P1. Now, what is P2? P2 is nothing but m into velocity, that is nothing but mn c bar by 6 into what is the velocity near EF layer, that is u minus lambda du by dy. So, u minus lambda du by dy. Okay. So, this is our momentum P1 and P2. Okay. So, I want net momentum, that is nothing but P1 minus P2. Okay. So, P1 minus P2, which is nothing but, see here, mn c bar by 6 into u plus lambda du by dy. Okay. Minus mn c bar by 6 u minus lambda du by dy. Okay. So, net momentum will be P1 minus P2. Here we have P1 and P2. Net momentum will be difference of that two momentums, that is P1 minus P2, which is nothing but these two values. So, here both will get cancelled. Okay, because mnc bar u by 6, mnc bar u by 6 but minus. Now, multiply this inside. So, mnc bar by 6 lambda du by dy. Okay, and minus get plus. So, that is again mn c bar lambda du by dy. Okay, see here, this is of LCM 6. Okay, so here adding of these two, we are getting 2 times of mn c bar lambda du by dy. Okay, so this will get cancelled, that is 1/3 mn c bar lambda du by dy. This is our P1 minus P2. P1 minus P2 means that is nothing but our force only, right? So, P1 minus P2 is nothing but force. This is our force. Now, we have to substitute this force in the first equation. What is that first equation? Eta equal to F by du by dy. Okay. Here I am going to substitute this F value. So, that is 1/3 mn c bar lambda du by dy by du by dy. Okay, these two get cancelled. So, finally, what is our eta value? Coefficient of viscosity, that is nothing but mn c bar lambda by 3. This is nothing but our eta value. Okay, and we have lambda, that is lambda value we have 1 by root 2. Okay, 1 by root 2 pi and d square. This is our lambda value. Now you substitute that here. So eta equal to mn c bar into 1 by here 3 already root 2 pi and d square. Okay, so n get cancelled. So remind eta equal to m c bar by 3 root 2 pi d square. Okay, so which is the eta equation? This is nothing but our coefficient of viscosity, which is directly proportional to mass of a molecule, average velocity of a molecule. Next, inversely proportional to diameter of a molecule. Okay, where see here, this mn is nothing but rho, which we will call it as a rho, that is nothing but density. Okay, so this is the coefficient of viscosity. Okay, understood? I love you. Thank you.